Om Shakti. Are the rising seawater levels posing threat to Chennai? An article in the newspaper Pudhiya Thalaimurai dated 10th October 2019. In the recent times, we have read about several consequences of increasing global warming. Now, those have taken a serious turn and have started approaching us even more dangerously. The melting of the snow caps in the Himalayas has caused the seawater levels to rise. Because of this, major cities like Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Surat in India face a threat of being submerged underwater. An international council of experts has already warned the United Nations about the same. Due to severe global warming, seawater level has increased twice at present than it was 100 years ago. Moreover, this situation is expected to worsen in the coming years. The high acidity levels in seawater are also causing the icebergs to melt faster. Usually, such oceanic disasters would occur only once in a century. But in the present scenario, it is important to note that there is a possibility of such disasters occurring every year. Recently, the United Nations has given a severe warning bell that more than 100 crore people will be affected by the dangerously rising seawater levels. We spoke to a few ecologists regarding this. Expert ecologist R. Tamir says the sun's rays falling on the earth is the reason for higher temperatures during the daytime. These rays, which reach the earth during the daytime, convert into rays of longer wavelength during the night that is invisible to the naked eye and return to the atmosphere. That is why the temperature drops during the night time. But in recent times, the rays reaching the earth during the day are not being reflected to the atmosphere at night and continue to remain on the earth. So the temperature of the earth is rising. This phenomenon is what is termed as global warming on a large scale. The main cause for this are greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, which are emitted because of excessive industrialization by humans. It is also a shocking fact that carbon dioxide alone is the main cause of the increase in Earth's temperatures. As a consequence of this, the snow caps and glaciers of all high mountains are melting at a rapid pace. This could lead to a rise in the seawater level of approximately up to 30 centimeters, says a team of scientists who are researching the climate changes at a global level. They have issued a shocking warning that if such a drastic rise occurs in the sea levels, several people who live along seashores across the world will face severe loss and hardships. In the present ecological condition, the rise in the average global temperature is approaching almost 3 degrees Celsius. Instead of reducing it by 2 degrees Celsius, if we can even reduce it to below 1.5 degrees, it will lead to several more benefits for us, says the team's co-chairman, Professor Jimsky. So the need of the hour is to reduce the average rise in temperature of the earth by 1.5 degrees Celsius. If we do not take immediate action, it will soon reach dangerously high levels. As a consequence, all the coral reefs submerged below the oceans will be destroyed. Besides, the faster melting of the snow caps and glaciers will lead to severe natural disasters like storms and floods in the coastal areas of all continents. It might reach a dire situation where all people living in coastal areas may lose their lives, family, homes, and livelihoods forever. This rise in temperature in the oceans can also bring about changes in underground ecology and its acid levels. Crops such as paddy, corn and wheat will be severely affected, which may lead to a food shortage at national level. Above all, there will be drastic seasonal changes during rainy season, which will lead to scanty rains. That in turn will affect the water levels of the water storage bodies like lakes, ponds, tanks, leading to possibility of people facing severe drought. So water levels rising and entering in the land areas can prove to be highly disastrous. Due to severe climatic changes, researchers have warned that there will be an increase of 3 to 5 feet height world sea water level. This was confirmed by Walter Clint Fernando, who personally witnessed the melting glaciers of Antarctica. In addition to that, based on certain theoretical principles of day, month, and year, calculations of various methods are done by scientists for measuring the seawater level of the world. Due to the severe climatic changes across the globe, leading to the melting of glaciers in Antarctica, which in turn increase the height of world water body level to many meters, there is always a probability of decrease in space occupied for habitation. If the glaciers continue to melt, small islands or archipelagos and towns adjoining the sea are bound to perish, according to geologists. He also expressed his concern of vast areas of land in metros like Kolkata, Mumbai, and even Chennai will be devoured by sea, as seawater will enter into the cities. The incident of seawater level rise is not going to happen in a jiffy. That happens even without our knowledge. When that happens, land in a particular area might get totally submerged and there will be shrinkage of land surface due to erosion by the sea. The mixing of salt water with the groundwater and similar changes is a prelude to seawater entering the land. If the same trends continue for the next 50 to 100 years, the seawater levels will rise by several meters and will continue to rise even more perilously. There will be major changes in world maps. Small islands in the oceans will completely disappear and even larger islands may be destroyed. Even if we are not completely affected by any of this, our future generations will have to face the consequences of nature's wrath. The government now has to implement a solid plan on a major scale to reduce such dangerous global warming. People should also cooperate with these plans. If we do not take this seriously, we will soon have to abandon Mother Earth and seek a newer planet to survive. Warns Thagatur Selvakumar. What should we do? As much as possible, try to avoid private transportation and utilize available public transportation services. We should all plant more trees, which leads to an increase in the production of oxygen levels in the atmosphere. If we all stop throwing our household garbage carelessly outside, we can avoid pollution due to the release of harmful toxic gases. We should create environmental awareness in the people surrounding us. We should be able to leave safe, green earth for the coming generations. Everyone should be made aware of the importance of this. Courtesy, thanks to Pudhiya Thalaimurai, October 10th, 2019. Om Shakti.